it's Christy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a card using the brand new Lawn Fawn Silly Goose, plus Little Woodland Library, I Heart Pandas, and the Backyard Bird Feeder add-on. I've stamped those images on alcohol marker friendly white cardstock with Lawn Fawn jet black ink, and I'll be coloring with my Copic markers. I'm going to start with my Mother Goose, and I'm going to use E40 and E41 for her. I want her to look white, so I'm just using some very light, creamy tones, starting with that E41 and then blending out with the E40. And then I'm going to also use those tones for my book pages, and then I'll let the rest of that cardstock remain white. I did use that for my egg and the petals of the flower in the hat. I'm also going to use them for my two butterflies from the I Heart Pandas stamp set. And again, I'm just going to let that fade into the white cardstock for the highlight. Then I'm going to keep the E41 and add in E42 and E43. I'll use these shades for my sign, which is just super cute. Starting with that E43, blending out with the E42 as my midtone, and then I'll use the E41 for a highlight. I did want to beef up that saturation just a little bit, especially in the shadowed areas, so I did go over that with a quick second coat of all three shades. I'm also going to use those for the little goslings. I'm going to give them a little bit of brown on their heads and the tips of their wings. I did Google pictures of goslings to get an idea of what colors to use for them, and I noticed that a lot of them had this brownish tan kind of area on their head and wings, so I'm going to mimic that with my coloring. I will keep the E42 and E43 and add in the E44 to do my little nest. And then I'll also use these shades for a couple of the books in the stacks, starting with that E44, blending out with the E43 for the midtone, and then I will fill in with the E42 for the highlight. For the rest of my goslings' bodies, I wanted to bring in some golden yellow shades. So I'm going to use YR20, YR21, and YR24. I'll also add that to some of my books. I started with the YR24 on the gosling's tail area and then blended up their bodies so that the lightest shade, that YR20, is what blends into the tan areas. And then I am going to just warm that up by bringing in the Y11 and coloring right over that YR20 area. It just makes it a little bit more yellow toned rather than being more of like a golden beige, and I liked the way that that looked. I did use the YR24 for the inside of the flower, and then I also added that combo to the little details on the book that the Mother Goose is holding, and I used the lighter shades for the hat band. Then I'll switch to some orange tones for their beaks and feet. I'm using YR12, YR14, and YR18. So I'm starting with the YR18 at the top of their feet and the base of their beaks, and then blending out with the YR14 for the midtone, and then I'll use the YR12 for the highlight. I like that these are just a little bit more desaturated rather than bright, and so I feel like they go with the golden tones that I had chosen for the goslings. I missed coloring in the tip of the middle gosling's beak, but I will realize that in just a second and come back to it. In the meantime, I'm going to do the thicker book in the taller of the book stacks, and I'll also do the details on the bottom book in the smaller of the book stacks. And then I will go back and finish up that little gosling's beak so he looks like his little siblings. Then I'm going to bring in some aqua tones. I'm using BG10, BG11 and BG13, and I will do Mama Goose's hat and a few more of the books in the stack. I did the skinny book in the taller stack and the thicker book in the smaller stack, just trying to make sure that the same shades don't appear in the same order in both stacks, so that when you see them kind of side by side on the card, we don't have any repeating colors next to each other. I also did the little details on the top book in the taller stack, and then I'm going to switch to some darker blues. I'm using B93, B95, and B97. Since blue and orange are opposites on the color wheel, I always like combining them together. I think they look really nice together. So I went ahead and added in another blue besides the aqua. And I am going to do the last two books in my stack and also the book that the Mother Goose is holding. I'm placing that B97 down at the bottom, blending up with the B95, and then I'll use that B93 for a highlight. And I'm going to place that at the top two corners on the open book because that would be where the light would hit the most. And then I'm going to keep that B93 and I'll add in B91 and B00, and I'm going to use that for my little flowers. Putting that B93 closest to the stem, blending out with the B91, and then brightening that up with the B00 on the tips of the petals. I love those little flowers. I think they make any scene look so, so sweet. For my greens, I'm going to use G40, G43, and G46, and I will use that for the leaves of my flowers and also my 3 tufts of grass. So the top and the bottom tuft are from the Backyard Bird Feeder add-on, and then the middle one is from the Little Woodland Library. Again, I just placed my darkest shades down toward the bottom, blended up toward the top with the midtone and then the highlight. And then the last thing to do is just add some rosy cheeks to my Mother Goose and her goslings. So I'm going to bring in R11, R20, and R22 for that, placing a little oval under the eye area with that R22, and then I'll blend around the edges of that with the R20. I will soften that even further with the R11, and then I'm going to trim these images out with their matching dies. For my background, I've taken a piece of Bristol Smooth Surface cardstock, and I have die cut that with the second largest of the large stitch rounded rectangle stackables. I've got an acrylic block and some water off to the side, and I'm going to just do a very simple watercolor background using some Distress Oxide inks as my paints. I'm going to use Salvage Patina for the sky and Mowed Lawn for the grass. And as I'm placing that Salvage Patina on the cardstock, I am purposely being really organic with it and just letting it kind of flow. I think that creates kind of like a cloudy texture in the sky. And then I will bring in that Mowed Lawn, and I'm going to lay that down just a little bit more solidly. I still want there to be areas where there are some dark patches and some light patches, but I want to have no areas of white since there shouldn't be any clouds down in the grass. So I'm going to just blend those two together a little bit more, adding a few extra little dabs of color, straightening out the edges. And then I'm going to leave this panel to dry. Once it has, I'm going to pop that in my Misty so that I can stamp my sentiment down at the bottom. I'm going to do that in VersaFine Onyx Black ink. And I am stamping out a sentiment from Little Woodland Library that says, "I hope your day is literally the best." I think this is a great all-around sentiment for so many different occasions. I'm going to stamp that down twice to make sure it's nice and bold, and then I'll set that aside to dry again. Then I'll pop my card base in my MISTI. I'm using Lawn Fawn Mermaid cardstock, and I'm stamping in peacock ink. And again, my sentiment is from the Little Woodland Library and also the stack of books. I did You Are Tops in my book. And then I'm going to take one of the little goslings from Silly Goose, place him on top of that book stack, and then I will stamp him down as well. And I'll stamp him down twice so the ink is at the same consistency as the rest of the stamping. Then I'm going to bring in some pattern paper from the Favorite Flannel Fall 6x6. I absolutely love this new paper pad. I think the colors in it are so gorgeous. I'm such a fan of flannel, and I chose this one here, which is just so beautiful. I'm also going to combine that with one of the patterns from Bitsy Blooms. I'm going to use the Aqua Floral. And I also took a sheet from the Spiffy Speckles 6x6, which my camera cut off and I didn't realize in time, but you can see it off to the side there. I'm going to add the flannel piece down at the base of the card, and then I'm going to run the floral piece across horizontally in the center. Then I'll take the Spiffy Speckles yellow piece and run that vertically down the center. So we've got a nice little bit of contrast on there that's going to pull together all of the shades on the card front. I've added some foam tape to the back of my focal panel. I'll just peel off those release papers, line that up in the center of the card, make sure it is on there nice and straight, and then I'll pop that down into place and bring in my images. I want my Mother Goose to be front and center on the card, so I'm going to go ahead and place her there, and I'm not going to glue her down just yet, but I want to kind of arrange the other images around her. Some of them are going to be tucked behind, so I kind of need her to be there to see where they should go. I'm going to place the larger stack of books on her left and the smaller stack on her right, and I'm gluing everything down with the glue tube. Also on the left, I'm going to place the Mother Goose Storytime sign. I'll take one of the larger patches of grass and place that down in front, overlapping both the post of the sign and the edge of the book stack to just pull those images together. And then I'm going to take one of these sweet little goslings and put him down in front, just above the word "your" in the sentiment. Then I'll take one of these tall flower stems and tuck that back behind the grasses, but in front of the bottom corner of that sign, so that it just creates a little bit more depth in the scene by pushing that sign back even further. I'll take another one of those stems of flowers and tuck that back behind the edge of the smaller book stack. And then I'm going to take the last stem of flowers and I'll add that to the far right hand side for balance. I'm also going to add the second larger patch of grass right in front of that, again balancing out the one on the left. And now I can commit to gluing down Mother Goose and her little gosling. And then once I have her in position, I'm going to add her little hat on top of her head. I think that's such a cute little detail. I can just imagine adding that little hat to so many different critters. I'm going to also add some liquid glue to the back of this little heart trail, and I will lift up Mother Goose's head and just tuck that behind her a little bit. I'll add the third little gosling over on the right hand side so they can all be kind of coming in to join for story time. And then down in front of him and the little one that is with Mother Goose, I'm going to add the nest with the egg. I always used to read to my belly when I was pregnant with my boys, and so Mother Goose can certainly read to her egg if she wants to, and get him ready for a life of reading. I added the smaller grass down in front of the nest, and then I added the large butterfly at the end of the heart trail, although I am going to switch that out. I decided that I liked the smaller butterfly or sideways butterfly better in that place, and I added the larger one over by the story time sign. So all that's left is to add a bit of sparkle and shine. I'm going to bring in my favorite embellishment, which is Stardust Stickles, and I'm going to add that to my butterfly wings. My bottle is getting a little bit low, so I had to keep kind of squeezing to get some out, but then I just use the tip of the nozzle to spread that around. I'm also going to add it to the base of each of my flowers. I also added a little bit to my egg and to the center of the flower on Mother Goose's hat. And that is going to finish off this card, so I am going to lift that up to the camera so you can see it in a bit more detail, hopefully catch some of that sparkle and shine, and give you another peek at the inside. I really hope you guys enjoyed this card. If you did, it's also going to be on the Lawn Fawn blog and YouTube channel today, so you can check it out again over there. If you did like it, please be sure to hit that like button and leave me a comment down below. I love to hear from you. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell if you want to be alerted when I post new videos. All of the products I use will be listed and linked in the description bar below in case you'd like to pick up anything for yourself. And if you'd like to keep watching, here are 2 extra videos I thought you might also enjoy. Thanks so much for spending your time with me today. I hope you had a good one, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye-bye!